Yeah, so over the weekend, Jay-Z got a brand check, and the survey's coming back all polarized. You got to understand something. This is just my opinion to start, right? One, I think Jay-Z needs Nas. What I noticed is whenever Jay-Z's dormant, right? Even though he went on the tour of the media from GQ and the other articles, I believe it was with the New York Times, and he's telling you guys what he thought about the lawsuits and his name being in the Epstein files and just overall perception of him as a billionaire. But here's the part that why I think Nas is important as his antithesis to his storyline, right? He needs him to exist and have a counterbalance, is because Nas does everything Jay-Z doesn't do but aspires to be. Nas is the consummate artist first, not businessman. Nas becoming a businessman has been relatively quiet and muted. Nas believes in the art more than he does in the business, even though he's an astute businessman. I mean, hello, Resorts World in Queens. Hello, Sweet Chick. Hello, every other thing he's done, Bevel, and a couple of other businesses. I think he owns a piece of Coinbase. Nas is cracking. The thing is, Nas doesn't lead with capitalism. He leads with creativity. But with Jay-Z, ultimate artist as well. But he sacrificed his brand of artistic valor to be a corporate, I'll just call it maverick, right? I don't want to get into name calling, and calling somebody a maverick is probably a little more genuine to what their actual goals were in the business world. But unfortunately, there were some polarizing moves along the way that compromised his creative brand equity as well as equity in the community. The two C's, creative and community. And I think he compromised them both. And we saw that on display at the Roots Picnic and the fallout now from many post Roots Picnic. But I'm going to start from the beginning. The Barclays Center. Listen, I'm not mad at the Nets. I think it was a good look for Brooklyn. But you have to understand, the Barclays was one of the largest slave holding insurers in the world based out of the UK, and that was the naming rights. I think it was Kool Herc, one of the big OGs, called out Jay-Z for this when he was the face of the Barclays brand when it was coming to Brooklyn. And even though, it's revitalized downtown Brooklyn, you still have to say that regardless, the naming ceremony for Barclays cannot be devoid of controversy. Like, it is what it is. Barclays, who were they were, just like Brooks Brothers outfitted enslaved people. So at the end of the day, you cannot deny these things, even though at the time they weren't doing that when you started doing business with them. The history's still there, and they wouldn't be a conglomerate if it wasn't for that history. That's something I think Jay-Z tries to get away from. At the end of the day, Nas leads with creativity. Nas steps to you completely genuine most of the time. And I think that it leaves people to feel like they don't know who Jay-Z is right now. And if you want to know the truth about it, respectfully, I think people are done with Jay-Z as a rap brand. I think at this point, he's fully crossed over. He's checked every single box of what it means to be a superstar. And now you're trying to fit right back into the artistry box, but the artistry is built from struggle and pain. And even though you can graduate us to your current existence, you still have to come to grips with the fact that people might not want to hear that. Additionally, you have to also understand that people might be conflicted with your newfound allegiance to Beanie Siegel, who you denied during his legal proceedings. Now, I'm not saying that everybody in business is owed some kind of reciprocity from the person on top when they're in a struggle. But let's be clear. In business, especially the music business or all entertainment arts, the product is normally the talent. And especially the music business where it's even more congealed, and especially the hip hop and rap business where it's even more conjoined, you have to understand that there will be problems if you're selling negativity. It just is what it is. Most people cannot divorce themselves from the narrative. We're supposed to really look at rap music, and by the way, I said rap, not hip hop in this sense, rap music. You have to look at rap music and understand that rap music is really like a movie. It's cinematic. But the thing is, the person that's delivering the storyline is also looked at as the embodiment of the story. People are gaining their authenticity and building a relationship with the artist through the words, but the artist is the complete representation of the visuals. So, with that being stated, Beanie, when he was going through what he was going through, was one of the chief products of Rockefeller Records, of which Jay-Z was at the helm. And when Dame Dash tells the stories about how he was there for Beanie Siegel and Jay-Z wasn't, and he's keeping it real, it puts Jay-Z in a quandary to look like he's always taking a step back when something doesn't fit the business narrative he needs to advance financially versus taking care of community. And then bringing him out, meaning Beanie Siegel and Freeway and those guys, Petey Crack, Young Chris, Neef, all of that during the Roots picnic in Philly, when all those guys are from Philly, except Jay-Z, looks like camouflage. I mean, it is what it is. The people are going to speak how they feel. And you have to understand that with a lot of risk is also going to come some sacrifice, some backlash, and of course, polarization. Now, don't take my word for it. Let's hear what other people had to say.
So y'all gonna let Jay-Z just hoodwink and bamboozle you niggas again. Y'all ain't gonna never call that man out for his bullshit. Y'all don't never call that man out for his bullshit. This man go do the freestyle at the Roots picnic, and then he got Freeway and Bean up there. This nigga ain't fucked with them niggas in years. But all of a sudden you wanna pop out with Freeway and Bean, and we know why. Real nigga know why you popping out with Freeway and Bean, cause of Osino, nigga. Cause of Osino, they getting up. We know why you went to the Roots. Even you said in the freestyle, you shouldn't be fucking with Quest because of Jaguar Wright. And Jaguar Wright is right. The fact that you brought her name up, let me know she's right about the shit she be saying. The fact that you brought her up, then you want to talk about the Anya, yeah, you know, the Anya, you stabbing, like, man, come on, man. Like, you still trying to rep a body from 30 years ago, man. Like, I thought you had grown past that. You was on some maturity shit from them 2 interviews you was doing. Oh, you don't want battle rap culture in the rap culture, and you don't think it should be a part, but then you come out and you back to throwing shots and subliminals and disses and shit, let alone you use the Super Bowl platform to put pedophilia on Drake. And you use Kendrick as a guard dog to try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Because you still don't like Lil Wayne. You still don't like Lil Wayne. You want to be the only Carter. And you knew putting Lil Wayne on that Super Bowl performance in his hometown would have probably sent his career back up in flames. But you didn't do that. No, you use Kendrick as a guard dog to get on there and call another man a pedophile when you got pedophilia allegations. You was talking to Beyonce when she was 16. You was talking to Foxy Brown when she was 16. Allegedly, you got a woman pregnant when she was 15, nigga. Man, come on, man. And y'all be acting like this nigga some super pro-black hero. Man, this nigga ain't no super pro-black hero. This nigga stabbed Jermaine Dupri in the back. Told him not to take the NFL job, and then he went and took it. Told Colin Kaepernick, I'm going to stand with you. I'm going to kneel with you. And then he went and worked for the NFL. Nigga had all these folks thinking, oh, Tidal is a black-owned, screaming DSP, and yeah, we a part of it. And took these folks' money, bro. Took the money. Told these folks they were finna have equity. Kanye been told y'all niggas, you know niggas can't read them contracts. And you got mad at Drake because Drake didn't sign with you on that Tidal shit, man. Man, this nigga just a master manipulator, bro. Hell of a rapper. Hell of a rapper. I'm talking about good. I ain't gonna lie, I like the freestyle. But nigga, you ain't finna keep, like, you ain't finna, then you in the freestyle, you talking something, talk tough to me, go talk tough to them crackers. You don't talk tough to Leo Cohen. You don't talk tough to Jack Dorsey. Nigga. You ain't talk tough to the Epstein, nigga. Ain't you in them files? Why we ain't get no bar, no line about them Epstein files, nigga? Man, y'all start making like this nigga Jay-Z like he a savior or some shit, nigga. Stop calling this nigga Hov. All that idol worshiping Jehovah. This nigga's not y'all God, bro. This nigga's a goofy. Straight up. Nigga been hating on niggas. Hated on DMX. Been hating on niggas, man. Nigga left Diddy by himself. Don't even fuck with Diddy no more. Stop the Rock Nation brunch. Man, that nigga been stabbing niggas in the back, man. And y'all start acting like this nigga Jay just some great philosopher, philanthropist, nigga. When have he ever did anything for blacks? Nothing. Oh, nigga be dicking this nigga, man. Nigga ain't like that, man. Fuck Jay-Z, nigga.
I don't know if battling needs to be part of the culture anymore.
But you just got on stage looking like Eazy-E and dissed everybody, huh?
The rock's not crumbling
The leprechauns have magically run out of pranks. Your son on a federal jail line mumbling something about having too much in his drink. You know how dumb that is?
You know how hypocritical you sound?
I don't know if I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful to our growth.
Oh, it's not helping the growth?
That nut-ass nigga still stuttering. That chatty patty down on his luck again. Quest introduced me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him.
My nigga, you just said this. What, you senile or something?
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it at this point.
Come on, man. What we doing, man? A couple months ago, it wasn't good for the culture. Don't belong in the culture. But look at you.
The crackers got your publishing gangster. Go talk tough to them. Don't talk success to me. You niggas is workers. In perpetuity's how your contract is worded. Don't make me go fuck.
You a middle one.
Now, a lot of people don't know this about Jay-Z, and I know this is your guy, right? Jay-Z made Tidal. He convinced all the black sphere of people. He said, "Yeah, come to Tidal, black equity here, take money." He did all of that, right? Then he sold it to Jack, the guy who was the owner of Twitter. And Jack overpaid for Tidal so that he could use Jay-Z for his black influence. The NFL partnered with Jay-Z, and they were sending out hate stories about Colin Kaepernick once Jay-Z took over the Super Bowl to diminish Colin Kaepernick's movement and what he was doing with the Super Bowl. So he said, what type of man are you? You're just the middle one. They use you to control
Everyone else.
bruh, cooking.
The people that can't think for themselves.
All right, so not everybody was downing Hove, right? Some people actually felt like the world didn't get it. Let's hear what they had to say.
Everything that he said quite literally went over your head. You don't know anything about double entendres. You don't understand lyricism. You quite literally probably only listen to rap music for the beat. So you don't know anything about being an actual lyricist. And a lot of other comments just goes to show how incompetent a lot of you all really are, because you can't even take the time to listen to real music without a beat and understand what somebody's actually saying. This is the type of cadence, this is the type of style that Jay-Z... This quite literally is what Jay-Z is known for. So why are you here?
For me, we could start with the hair. Look, I'm going to keep a band with you. I'm not in the hair business. I didn't know you could just take out wicks and become an afro in like 0 to 60 seconds. Salute to your hairdresser, respectfully. Your hair was looking moisturized, but you was giving complete Eazy-E vibes. In my mind, I was like, yo, Jay been on the West Coast a long time, yo. That's what I was feeling from the whole situation. Jay been on the West for a long time, yo. Look, it's all good. Nobody can be mad at growth. Growth happens the way you need it to happen. And if that's where Jay-Z's at right now, 2 buttons up, opened out West Coast with the big hair looking like Eric Wright, I'm not mad at you, fam. Not mad at you. If you have to get a couple things off your chest to let people know you still got it like that, your double entendre game is sick and on point, and you've been taking notes and listening to those coming for you, we heard you. You still also have to understand, if you're going to keep throwing around B's and double entendre and that with your wife, who's also a billionaire, you're going to start looking like Petty Wap. Yo, Jay-Z's Petty Wap was on swollen in Philly, man. A place called a Plateau was where everybody go. Belmont Plateau in Philly had Jay-Z in his feels. And he had to let it be known. He even took a shot at Questlove. You can't expect Questlove to know Jaguar Wright's going to go ham on you in a couple years. She was a singer. But that's what we're talking about right now, right? Jay-Z takes notes. He's patient. He waits. And then he strikes when the iron is hot for him. And he creates moments when there's silence and lives in those moments and creates those moments around himself. That part is genius, right? Because nobody was talking about anything over the weekend until the Roots picnic, and then he took over the internet. Good job if that was your goal. But you give him petty, fam. You, based on your image as a businessman and artist, bigger than Drake, bigger than all these guys. Based on how you've been presented from the very beginning. From the moment you talked about the 4.6 versus the 4.0 Range Rover. You've been that person. The Lexus, whatever. Y'all gonna kill me for that, whatever. I'm not on point right now when it comes to cars. But listen, at the end of the day, Mr. Carter, you must understand something. You cannot have it both ways. I know you want to be an artist, i.e. the Basquiat Wicks, now the Eazy-E. I'm going to call it a blowout because it reminded me of a chemical blowout back in the day. But you got to remember, man, there's still going to be those people that feel like you're out of touch with the community and the culture. Also, you're talking a lot of capitalism talk. And I think by this point, you should have noticed, if you want to learn anything from the Kendrick Lamar Drake situation, it's not about capitalism right now. It's honestly about a rebuilding of community. And I think Jay-Z's attempting to do that by being visible and out and about with the people in Philadelphia over the weekend at the Roots Picnic. But I think he's lost touch with his delivery. I think his desire to get revenge through records might be harming him at this point in time. And I think if he sticks to just being formulaic in his double entendre creative approach and taking shots at people who seemingly, I guess he feels are taking shots at him, just leave it alone. Because when you're elevating, that means you're above all the mess. In Philly, you look like you couldn't wait to get back into the dirt pile. Yo, it's your guy, Rhett Butler, the Wash Strategist. Like, subscribe, please help me push up to more subscribers. I appreciate everything. Rhett Butler TV, all of that. Stay locked in. And these are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Peace.